guys, I'm back for another video here on the Pagan Perspective, and this week's topic covers animal totems and different creatures that are connected with our particular path. And as the person who asked the question kind of briefly touched, I believe we did kind of go over this in the past. In the past, I've talked about many different creatures. I've talked about dragons, I've talked about gargoyles, I've talked about thought forms of many different types. I've also talked about a past that many of you may be a part of, where you actually lived a life in the Fey realm thousands of years before you lived in a human flesh body. And basically all of these things do connect. It just depends on your particular path. If you follow in the same vein as people who believe in reincarnation, I'm a big fan of reincarnation. I believe that is true. Again, I do believe that many of you have lived lives before that took place thousands and thousands of years ago as different creatures of the Fey realm. So that being said, it is very possible that some of you who are living today in a human flesh body may have spirit guides and animal totems that are still connected to you from those days of old when you were a Fey creature. And Fey creatures can be anything from different types of elves, different types of horned creatures, flying creatures. These things, I believe, existed at one point and can currently exist on different realms. And I believe you can have a direct spiritual link as basically living as one of these entities. As far as contacting new entities, there's a book by DJ Conaway, does a lot of work in contacting different dragons, and that is where I was influenced the most and began to seek and try to forge a connection with dragons as well, and found that my spirit animal is a dragon. DJ Conaway has many rituals laid out inside of her books. I know that she's not the most popular pagan author out there, but as far as I'm concerned, if my experiences with my shamanic journeys, I've met dragons, I've had conversations with them, they have their own personalities, and again, they can link to your Fey past and future, depending on where you go from here. I want to know, what you guys think. Like, what is your particular animal totem? Has the animal totem contacted you when you were young? When did you have an affinity for it? The reason why I ask is because one of my first loves was the unicorn, actually. As a young child, I would actually have unicorns placed on every wall. I went through an obsession period where I could not walk past a unicorn photo and not beg my parents to get it. And later on, I learned that unicorns were one of the Fey creatures that would accompany children on the astral realms when they were traveling during dreams and other out-of-body experiences. So just because you don't currently have an affection or a connection with a particular animal doesn't mean that you didn't have one in the past based off of your prior lives in Fey realms. Even if you aren't a particular spiritual person, I have noticed in my days of working in the government, there was one particular guy who has a strong affinity for elephant spirits. I mean, he has elephants all over his office. And I asked him about it. I said, hey, what is with the elephant thing? And he just says he loves elephants. That's more than likely this guy's animal spirit guide. What do these animal spirit guides do for us? Well, nowadays you can just pick up your phone or tablet and do a quick search and find out what are the specific benefits and qualities of your particular spirit guide. Oftentimes you'll find out that these creatures will be exactly what you need in order to evolve in your current workplace, in your current craft, whether you're a writer, a singer, or actor. If you embody these particular qualities, it usually ends up being the key to what you need to do while you are here in this particular flesh body, in this incarnation at this time. And I believe that just about does it. I mean, it's a pretty standard question. I love this one because I've talked about it so many different times. I've talked about building thought forms. I've talked about how they are able to go on and get their own education and build different worlds. So this is a big question that I've touched many different aspects on, but I hope that just about answers this particular question today. And again, I want to know what you guys think. What is your particular totem animal? Go ahead and put that down below, and I will see you guys back here on the Pagan Perspective next week. Thank you and blessed be.